I'm definitely gonna have to turn that all the way off. There. All right. That's a lot better. We are getting ready for FOMC. As you can see, we've got the moves this morning. When we were live, we were looking at this, popped off of that mean threshold earlier and then dropped straight down. This was at market open. This was a perfect setup, pattern that I keep talking about all the time. Zooming in to the 3-minute chart, you can see consolidation to the right, dump straight down, and then an immediate push to the upside. It was not around the markets when this went out, but this is definitely one that I could see myself taking the trade on. It was just a very nice setup at market open. We ended up pushing all the way up into this mean threshold, and this mean threshold line is from months ago. So pushed up in there, immediate rejected, just started falling off. We're back now at basically where market opened up at day trading the day's market open. The original last night at 6 p.m. open is this green line. So that opened up last night at 6 p.m. And then that's basically where we're at. So we've got a little sell side liquidity right here on this wick that we could see us drop into. Don't know how much of trading or getting in at 2 o'clock I will be um, doing, as opposed to maybe waiting until 2:30 when the press conference comes out, because that's usually when some of the bigger moves happen. But there may be a setup between now and then, and I'm not going to say that I wouldn't. Um, Also, if you'll notice, I do have a brand new 25K account that is open. This is a PA account, so a performance account from Apex that I've just got created. We're sitting at zero, have not taken any trades on it as of yet. So that is going to be something that we do, use in this video and for the near future. Goal of this account obviously is to grow it. Get payouts from it, use it as cash flow, get other accounts with it possibly, and so this will definitely be something to be kind of paying attention to and keep watching. So as we wait for the news to come out, we got about 13 minutes and waiting for people to kind of get in and join. I will just kind of hang out, put myself on mute for a second, and yeah. Just have to be patient and wait for what we're actually looking for, even though we're getting kind of a nice move off this bottom. We've taken out some stops, we've come down, we've retested, and it looks like we are going to start making a move back up. And I can't say that I'm not bullish bias in thinking that the market's going to move up today during this news event. But at the same time, I'm not going to, waste a shot, before the actual event comes in. So I'm not going to try and, position myself in any way right in here. Hey, Fred, can you let me know if there's any kind of feedback, if everything is running pretty smooth and the way it should, like it was yesterday? Awesome. Thanks, my man. Preparing for something right here, aren't we? We did get up here to that order block or that mean threshold area that we've been talking about for about 2 days. And then immediately rejected it. So, this little area right here, if we do start pushing up, it's going to be a target for me. Obviously buy side is going to be above that. You can go ahead and put a line on it. Call it what it is, right? And then we still have our areas below where, if the news comes out, we get an initial negative response. Then we have structure, sell side, Monday high, trend line, all of that down here below it. So we also have sell side right here as well. But I'm also thinking if we do get an initial push down, that I'm not really going to pay too much attention to sell side right here as far unless because I think if we get below that, we're going to continue down a little bit further before making our way back up. So I'm just going to watch this line instead of putting another one on there. It's the afternoon, so you'll probably hear my kids in the background here and there. About 6.5 minutes. Welcome, Michelle. I was meaning to send you a message the other day and seeing how you were. Summer break. Didn't know how it was, how it was going. I really like this setup. Nice. Which island? Oahu and Kauai. So I have experience with Kauai, and that's the only island I have experience with Hawaii on. It is absolutely an amazing place. Can't wait to get back. Awesome. Congratulations on that. Yeah. I can't compare it to the other islands, so I don't know. I mean, I've heard that Kauai is like the less touristy and whatever, but oh, nice, amazing surfer, awesome. Yeah, we went hiking up one of the mountains, and we were basically told, hey, don't get caught on the mountain after dark because they don't come get you. And this is a pretty funny story, but my wife and I basically were like getting off of the trail and we could not see anymore. It was getting dark. The canopy, being covered with the trees and stuff, like it was literally dark. We could barely see where we were putting our feet. But yeah, by the time we got off of the trail, like we had a couple with us and they were already done. They were just out in front of us. We were just the two out of shape people that didn't consider how long it was going to take us to get back. And it was quite the adventure. Can't say that we didn't hear a weird noise that didn't pep or step up a little bit at the end, but it was still fun. Looking back, it's funny now, but in the moment, it was kind of like we got to hurry up because we didn't know exactly how far we had to go. There's no markers or anything, so we didn't know if we were halfway done or if we were all the way back. But when we got to the end, it was a lot of relief, and then it had a good laugh. So I like this setup to be bullish. News is coming out in about 3.5 minutes. So this might just take off without us, and it's perfectly okay. So those of you joining me through the Discord and stuff, I do have a brand new $25,000 PA account, so performance account that is just now loaded and ready to go. I'll be trading that today and beyond. So this is obviously the third one. The other two, we're still putting money on. That's where I got this one, started the evaluation on this one. I used the money from the others to get this one. So now it's kind of what I want to do with this one is kind of grow it, make it more cash flow and utilize it and just kind of video that journey of, starting from scratch and then growing it, and using it for other things and, maybe even putting it into other accounts. So excited about that. Don't know if starting it out with FOMC is probably the best time to take your first trade in it. Couple minutes. So if we weren't sitting here waiting for news, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably be entered into a long trade if we weren't waiting on news to happen. So I've just been sitting here literally just shaking my leg like I should be in this trade already. I really liked how price action happened here. We had that nice consolidation, little push up, and then a run on stops near the daily price line, and then an immediate rejection from it. So this kind of consolidation to the right without breaking those lows is where I would have normally been getting in. So having to sit and wait because I know news is coming out here in a couple minutes has been tough. And it's probably the reason why this hasn't really taken off. So we'll pull it back out to 15-minute chart. This box right here is just highlighting that pattern. Let's go into that pattern so I can show it to you. News in about 30 seconds. So there's that consolidation, drop down into this daily price line, taking out those stops, and then an immediate rejection. This is what we were talking about this morning, Fred. And I wasn't on the charts during this time, but would have definitely been something that I would have wanted to be a part of. So let me go ahead and take that box off. So all right, FOMC, 5 seconds. They're not supposed to raise it, so I don't see this being wow, look at that. And that's the reason why you wait for the news. So we've come down here, we're taking stops. There's that structure line. Let's see how it holds right here. I'm not going to jump in. We're going to let it calm down. But that line right there, let's go out to a 15-minute. Where you at? That comes from, oh yeah, way over there months ago. But as you can see, we are using it. This initial drop comes down and touches it. Come over here, you got a fair value gap. Decent little order block probably on the hour. Yep. Yeah, I knew better, man. 6-8 months ago, maybe not so much, but I knew better. And honestly, them not raising a quarter point, I just wonder, I've been saying it now for what I said it yesterday, CPI, how much is already priced in, right? So even with the dollar taking this, it looks like it's making it kind of stronger initially. That's the reason I'm just wondering how much has already been priced in. So we're giving all this back because maybe it's already priced in. But that's the reason why you wait. Let's go ahead and back to a 5-minute. We could really start this stream, a minute to 5 minutes before this news comes out, because I normally would not be getting into the trade until the dust settles anyway. So yeah, like it was being anticipated. Absolutely, Michelle. Yeah. Because I mean, if we go out to the 4-hour chart, you can see like this is just a huge run up, right? Huge run up over the last, this entire month or whatever, just a big run up. And every time the dollar would get to a point of, pulling back or whatever, the markets really would just kind of go sideways. They wouldn't fall, they would just kind of go sideways. And then when the dollar started falling again, the markets would go back up. Would start going up again to the next level. So I just wonder how much of this sell off in the dollar has already priced in not moving the interest rate, because we've already talked about it quite a bit. Which is another reason not to just predict, right? Not to go in and try and say that it's going to go up because they're not raising the interest rate any. The last time they didn't raise it, the market skyrocketed. So I'm just going to go ahead and accumulate a long position right here because I know it's going to go up. To me, that's gambling. Right? You just don't know. There's nothing telling you any of that. So taking out that sell side, you do have some more sell side right here. That kind of coincides with this structure to the left. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's so many opportunities if you're just patient and disciplined enough to just hang on and wait. I agree. There's no reason to guess. So maybe if we're falling off here, maybe when Powell starts speaking at 2:30 or 1:30, it'll be 2:30 Eastern. Maybe he'll be talking more positively. You remember yesterday's CPI news just really wasn't all that much. Nothing really, you know, happened. It wasn't a great huge move. Even with the dollar just basically stayed sideways. We fell off, we recovered, and then we just stayed sideways. So could easily happen here as well. Yeah, definitely looking for one of those ends types of trades. Gonna need to see some further slowdown. I want to see some sideways action, even out of the 5 minute. So I wouldn't mind seeing this candle. I think we're coming down here to the Monday high. So on the 4-hour chart, you got my trend line, right? We haven't seen it in a while. And I know a lot of people don't use trend lines or whatever, but I still do. I still like them. Body of the candles, see where the body of the candles meet and how well it was respected by a few wicks coming up. So that's what I would expect price to do. I'd like to see it get on down here and then on a lower time frame, kind of consolidate around it and then recover. So and I don't I always jump back and forth between time frames. So all right, we made it all the way back to the Monday high. So now's when I wonder how much was priced in, right? We're now back to an area where we've given back a lot. Whoops, let me put that back. We've given back a lot of this, right? And this was really just a grinding motion to the top side. We had nice pushes and displacement to the top side and slow downward motions, and then we recover. Now that we've given all that back, I wonder now, how well this will be priced. Let's see how good my trend line is now, right? Price just keeps falling. Let's go ahead and put a line on this one. Because we're pretty close. We know where that's at. We've got some inefficiency beyond it. This is now, I'm not gonna mark it just because we're right here at the median, but this is that structure that I would have put a dotted line on. So see if we hold right here. And honestly, if it doesn't present me with anything that, is worth it to me, then won't be getting in. Still pushing, but it's made it up here to the Monday low and a lot of junk. So look at that. Look at that. That's the euro. Just, yeah. And they say you don't have big moves in Forex, right? I kind of like this turnaround right here. So on the euro, I bet if we look over here, yeah, see how we're right in the middle of all of that. So that would have been probably a good spot. And look at that move. Let's go back here. There's that bounce. Let's go to the 1 minute chart on it. And then V motion. All right. So really kind of like that move. Some pretty good candles. I mean, that's 10 points, right? From where we stopped here to all the way up here. That's 10 points in those 3 1 minute candles. Quite a bit. Gonna hang on just a little bit. I think this is my trend line too, by the way. You notice how it hung on there. Pretty solid. Yeah, that's my trend line. Not gonna get too excited just yet. Do have a nice little area right there. Look at the 3 minute. Yeah, I like this candlestick at support. Definitely be something I'd be willing to kind of go in with. Still looking long, but being patient, right? We could still have another little sell off or reach down into this sell side. There's a lot of room to move back up, right? So even if, let's say, this is the move right here and it starts to pop, I don't have to jump in because there's a lot of room up in here for me to get in eventually. There's no reason to rush it. And there's a lot of that would be a big it'd be a big stop too. So I understand that as well. Yesterday when we got in, we had, a 4 point stop was where we got in under here, and we were able to create a good little entry, and the risk was there. That was pretty nice. But today, I mean, this is almost 7 points. 83, 9, yeah, almost 7 points right there between those two. That's a big stop. Euro looks really good right there. Did we get underneath here? Yeah, maybe barely. Yeah, I would say that was going to continue. And remember, 15 more minutes, Powell comes on. So we could be in the best setup ever. And it not work out because we weren't patient enough. I'll put it this way: if I were to take a long here too, I would want to be out before 2:30. So this would be a 3-point grab. If I were to go long, I would only be looking for 3 points, which means my stop would have to be a lot closer as well. But I do like. I mean, I said it before we even get started. I do like it long in this area. I like the ES long period, bullish period to recover from this down move. So kind of like the straight line. I know we've got one down here too. So it's really just trying to determine what's going to happen. A whole lot of indecisiveness right now. Yeah. Yeah. So displacement is weak. And until, it shows me a good push, like a really good candle. Even these three candles, though pretty quick and on the 1 minute chart, still was not, ideal. And that's the reason why I'm not pulling the trigger. We're in a good spot. This is a great area to see consolidation and a reason for us to get in a position. So it's just a matter of being patient and waiting for that moment when it really shows it to us. Yeah, dollar still pushing, holding up in here, but we've taken liquidity out. We're at the Monday low. So even this could be, you know, a good spot to consolidate here and then maybe one little push and then a drop. They're still messing with that trend line. Five-minute candle's about to close. We got 10 minutes before Powell gets on. Pretty good hold there. Yeah. Well, and you know, that's another one of the things too that, even if you don't find a move in this initial event, you've got something coming up at 2:30. And, let's say, obviously we didn't get in on this drop, but whatever happens at 2:30, can set up for, let's just say it's going to drop again. Well, we might be able to get into here and then find another move that takes us lower. And then instead of going long, we can go short. So I just remain open-minded, especially around news events, because like I told you, for the most part, technical indicators and lines and support resistance and all that stuff during news events don't matter, right? Until really the dust settles, like until all of it's out and everybody knows what we're looking at and what the news was. Technical indicators and things don't really matter. Yeah, it's holding on this trend line. Okay. But and the Monday high. But that doesn't mean that that's the reason, or price action over here is holding it up, whatever. It's not. So those are just areas that I'm confident in. When everything kind of slows down and it's still situated on the Monday high or that trend line, well, that gives me, an idea as to which way I would like to see it go and position myself for a trade. So, but until then, just hanging out. Looking a little heavy here at 89. Go ahead and close this up real quick. Because, well, let's see. What's the NASDAQ look like? About the same. We're right at the Monday high. Yeah. You got sell side right here. Didn't quite grab. Could still go get though. I'll put a line here. And I don't trade NQ all that much, but if we do get down here to sell side and we start making a move, we have a target here, and then this would be structure for me, this wick. So I'd have two targets, and then the daily would be a third, and then obviously the fourth would be buy side way up here. But that would be my initial where my eyes are to begin with. Oh man, go back to ES. There we go. Still loving that trend line. So that trend line comes from the 4-hour chart. It's anchored all the way down here at the body of this candle, and then the body of this green candle, and then it's stretched out. And these two wicks come really close to it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but zoom in just a little bit. I am a believer in putting your trend, if you use trend lines, putting your trend lines on the body of candles, because that to me is the more true price. Price is allowed to go below it, but where it decides to stop is and actually close, to me, is more important than where it ends up traveling to and then going up when it comes to trend lines. Yeah, absolutely. Bodies tell the story. So I mean, this is a 4-hour candle, so we got 2.5 hours left on it, and this is a pretty good drop. It can go where it wants to be honest, and it's got quite enough time to still get back above it. Let's go to the 3-minute chart. So here we are, looking like we're going to grab for this sell side. I know I got a lot of lines on the chart, man. I don't like it to be this junky. Yes. I remember where my trend line was placed. So like I said, I put the trend line based on the 4-hour chart. And you'll see, I think down in here. Yeah, there's probably a close or so below the trend line. Nope. Trying to prove something to you and it's not going to work out for me. I think that's where it's anchored. Yeah. So, no, perfectly fine for the lower time frames to even get below and close below that trend line. Um, but I placed it on the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart, if it closes below that trend line there, then that means it's kind of invalidated for the moment. So we're holding here. And again, it's going to give me a nice little setup and entry a couple of minutes before Powell comes out and starts talking. So this is another one of those moments where I'd love to take a trade right now and go long because I really like that candle, like how it dropped down into it. I know it didn't get below this one, but you know, it's a pretty good candle right there. I'd like to see it get above that. But again, we're 2 minutes from Powell stepping up and talking. I know a lot of people actually like stream like what he says and everything, and I'm not educated enough in the finance world to really understand a whole lot of what he says. So I play the candlesticks. So I really like that, right? Body, 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 body. Even though we got above it, we went back below it. And this one actually closed above it. Even though we're coming down at this moment, this looks like this could continue. And if we didn't have, Powell coming up and talking, then I'd be like, yeah, it's a great entry. So this is definitely not as quick. Yesterday during CPI, we had a setup that happened pretty quick in like 4 minutes or 5 minutes of the news. And we're in and out and like in the trade and out of the trade in like 7 minutes. But I think it was only like 12 minutes from news or something like that. Today though, a little bit different. It's also a little bit more um heavier news, you know. You see how that worked? I mean, it doesn't always work. This could be a fake breakout, and this could definitely break down below it. But yeah, we didn't have that second strand of news yesterday either. So like to see it get above here, but not just like get to it. I'd want to see it get through it pretty good. You're going to see a lot of videos come out on YouTube now over the next couple of days on how traders absolutely crushed the FOMC news. There you go. That's a good move. So he should be up talking now. Let's see. Telling you, this is it right here. That was a great move. I mean, the trend line is a good confirmation for me. And if you like, you can always throw up the 8 or the 21 and wait for a cross there or something. But we're above the 8, and let's just see. I'm not big on right now. I don't mind anybody using them, but not using the moving average. Let's see if FOMC press conference. It's on YouTube, but I'm not going to push it. Could have gotten in a couple of buys right here. Like I'm wanting to wait a good 5 or 6 minutes into this news conference to really see if he comes out and says something right away. Like, because again, you can have the best setup in the world, and then him say one thing about, yeah, we're going to raise interest rates next month, and then bam, just absolutely get crushed. It looks right now he must still be saying appreciate being here. Let me. There you go. Another good entry. See if I can. Oh, look at there. There's your move. That's a good move. Okay. I'm just going to get it ready just in case. I like this candle right here. So I'm going to be patient enough, though. Here's the next candle. Yeah, that's a pretty good wick. Just wait. 92.50. I do like how we've kind of tightened up these candlesticks a little bit. So we can the stops will be better. Like the midway there. That was at 92.25. That'd have been a good entry. Again, there's no reason to rush the entry on this because we have so much to get back that even if it even if it decides to go up from here, right, then we still have room to get in. Like it's not something we have to jump in on. So timing the entries. It's the reason I don't set limit orders. I can't set limit orders anymore. I would rather just get in at a certain time and try and time my entry correct. Sometimes I'll miss it and it'll move without me. And then sometimes, like yesterday was a pretty good timed entry. on the CPI data. Three-minute chart. I like that. There you go. All right. Yeah, we're about to go. $92.25 would have been a good entry point. That 92.50 area, the midway of this red candle right here, would have been a really good entry. Now that we've gotten above here, let's see if we can't find another one. This was a really good accumulation of buys. That right there would have been the good spot. It's also the first trade in a 20 in a funded account, right? So you never want to take a loss on your first trade. Let's go to a 5-minute chart and let's see if we can't find. Yeah. All right. So now I want it to let us participate at some point in here. Yeah, here was the best entry. So now it's just a matter of just hanging out, seeing if it gives us a second one. He's about to start taking questions now. You were in at 250 and you're out at 250. Oh, 250. Oh, I got you. Oh, nice. Way to go, man. 10 points. Quick. That's what I'm talking about. I'm kind of liking this little area right here around 95, 50, 96. Try and get in and take it up again. Again, I think the dollar is going to give it back. And if it's not giving me the price that I want to get in, because I didn't get in when you did, Fred, if it's not giving me the price that I want to get in, then I'm just not going to take the trade. There's always tomorrow. I'd like to see it down here around this wick, around these highs. Well, the closes of these candles or opens of these candles. This is where I kind of want to see it. So, well done, though. I don't liking that. Oh God, yeah. I was literally about to say I'm kind of liking this area of consolidation here, down on the 1 minute chart for another pop. Yeah, looks like I'm going to be on the sidelines on this one. So one thing's for sure, I am not a signal service by any means. Do not act like I am. There you go. And look at where that cross is. Right at 93. Right about 93, 93.50. See if we can't get a breakdown below here. And then maybe another entry in to go long. So this might be the last opportunity if it gets down here. It may not, but it might be the last opportunity I take. I actually like that to go. Oh. Target would be right here. Definitely got 5 points in between there. I like that to feel. No, I'm not going to chase it. There it is. There you go. Daily price line. Get up here to the green. Yeah, I'm probably out for the day. Probably not going to be looking at it or taking a trade on it, just because, two opportunities here. Wasn't on the lower time frame to really see this consolidation happens on that 3 to 5 or whatever. But once I got down here, and then this right here was real, I was really thinking about getting in on this one, and then I was like, nah, I don't want to see it come back down into this pocket, but it didn't. So, no big deal. Not really frustrated with it, it didn't really take off, but it did give us an opportunity to get in, multiple opportunities to get in. So it was still a good read of the market. Just didn't pull the trigger. I think it recovers all of this. Yeah, I think it recovers all of this. Got a lot of liquidity right here. We might end up just kind of basing out. And then because we're so late in the afternoon, we could get a little here and then a little here, and then just again, I think we stay inside there. I don't know if we go much higher than that. We just might recover the fall, right? And the dollar is giving a lot of it back as well. Worst thing I can do right now is sit here and possibly take a trade and then it go against me after calling, or not calling, but after talking about two areas of where it could go, and it did go. So exactly. So and honestly, this is a pretty straight line, right? You draw a trend line on that as well. So there's no telling how far into that it may pull back. In fact, let's go ahead and put a line on it just to show. Nope. Yeah, I would, if I were to get into this a trade right now, I'd want to see it come all the way back down close to the Monday high, and then give me another reason to then go. That's what I'd want. I want to see it under here. Take it easy, Michelle. Thanks for showing up. Good seeing you. Try and do it again tomorrow. I think there's more news. Tomorrow's news is retail sales and unemployment claims at 7:30. So we'll probably be live then. We'll go live at the normal time, first thing in the morning, and then go live again around news. And then the next day we've got a little bit of news. Might go live at market open on Friday. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna say no to the trade, to taking a trade. Well done on your trade, Fred. Love it, man. Glad you got in at that area. It was a good move. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off and shut it down. Appreciate the two or three that were on YouTube as well. Thanks for showing up. And then like I said, I'll be live probably somewhere tomorrow. But we'll call it right there. Hey, good time. Phone call.